Looks like you were taking a selfie, Chuck. All right, welcome everybody to another podcast, video cast show of Rubbing Elbows. It's been a while. It's been crazy. I think today's theme is going to be this crazy market that everybody's been juggling so much. Chuck, how's it going over there?
Fantastic. I actually wasn't taking a selfie. I was taking a little video of the intro. I love the intro.
Yeah, that intro always gets me going.
It's upbeat. I'm like, yes, let's do this. Let's do this.
Coming into it, like so many things are happening. Escrows are closing. Deals are happening. Deals are falling apart. But then like we take a break to do this, and that beat is just perfect, right? It sets the tone. It gets me in the mood.
Yeah, agreed. 100%. Let's talk about some. Well, I know we're going to talk about how crazy this market is, and it's just like. Anybody in real estate who's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, man, this market's crazy. We're going to talk about how crazy it is. You're going to take the loan part of the craziness. I'm going to take the acquisition part of the craziness. Before we do that, let's talk about some off-market opportunities that you can only see here, unless you're part of LA Fixers, unless you're part of the network. So we're going to talk about some off-market opportunities here.
So that brings us into our segment. Chuck's off-market deals of the week. All right, so you better. I'm just gonna say this for everybody. You better have some really hot deals because everyone's nervous, man. The people that know how to invest are buying left and right because they realize that with inflation and cost of living going up, that rental values are only going to be worth more in a year or two from now. Even if the market goes down, rental values completely separate. But a lot of people are nervous. So talk to us. What do you have?
Okay. Speaking of units, you're 100% right on that. The savvy investors, the ones that see where this market's going, whether the values are going up, down, rates are going up, down, rentals are still your rentals. They're always consistently going to go up. You're not going to have a landlord out there who's been charging $2,600 for the last 7 years. All of a sudden, you'll be like, let me find a tenant that'll pay $2,200. It just doesn't work like that. They're always going to try to increase and improve the property, and
It's only going up. Cost of living, everything is going up. That's a fact. It's only going up.
Yeah. So with units, we've got, here's one. This is an opportunity to build 4 units, a fourplex in Venice. Each unit will be 1,800 square feet. And this is rough calculations based on what the architect has said. 1,800 square foot units, ultra modern, bringing in, how much would you guess rent in Venice for an ultra modern?
4,600 square feet, I would say.
No, not 4,600 square feet.
I'm sorry, 1,800 square feet each. So Venice, I would say about 5,500.
Higher, way higher.
Okay.
$8,200.
Oh wow!
$8,200 across the street. They built the same thing. They're charging now. I guess it's the proximity to. You've got Google. You've got Facebook. It's Venice.
It's Venice, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing these are going to be loft style feel type of development.
Yeah, exactly. So just like we always talk about all these vloggers paying insane, crazy, stupid money for these properties to buy them. You've got some of the aspiring vloggers, the ones that are moving out here from wherever, Middle America, to create content out here. These are the guys that are paying, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month in rent. They want to have a nice place. They're creating their content there. Boom. They're okay. They're able to justify it in their mind. So this Venice property is $1.8 million. You're buying basically the lot. There's 2 homes on the lot right now, but you're going to have to completely demolish them when you're building your fourplex.
Okay, so we haven't talked about this, but it's perfect timing because I'm looking at a couple of investors that I work with that basically do exactly this. They don't do it in Venice, right? I looked at the numbers, and I'm a numbers guy, right? I don't care about where the deal is. I don't. A lot of people say it's got to be local. I buy in Ohio. I buy here. Doesn't make a difference. I'm a numbers person, right? I just break that down. And I looked at the numbers, and you can't get anything better. And what they're doing is they're buying these RD 1.5 lots in different areas. Sherman Oaks, NoHo, developing 2 duplexes, so 4 units also, but basically 2 duplexes, and they're renting them for about $4,500 to $5,000 each, paying about $1.1 million to purchase, another $1.1 to $1.2 to develop. They're in the deal for 2.2, and they're bringing in $18,000 a month in rental income. So this deal is exactly that, but at a higher level in terms of the income potential and the area. And not only that, not only is it a great return on investment cash flow, because when you buy in areas like Ohio, right? When I bought the commercial property in Ohio, that is absolutely a return on investment play. That's how much money am I putting in the deal and how much money am I going to get after all said and done. And that's all I'm looking at. But when you buy in coastal areas like LA, New York, Miami, it's more of an equity play. Here, you're getting both. You're getting a return on your investment now, and you're also growing equity at a huge rate. These properties are going to be worth double in 10 years from now. So my question to you is this, okay? $1.8 million. Right now, the property has 2 units on it. Probably a dump, I'm assuming, right? And it's fair to expect that. Are they currently rented? Are they bringing in income? Can they be rented while we're doing the entitlements?
Great question. You'd have to dump about 150,000, redo the drywalls, some of the floors, some of the windows, basic stuff, while you're going through the entitlement. This is in the Coastal Commission, so sometimes it'll take a little bit longer. With COVID, that adds another layer of frustration, but you can get this done in 2 years. And during those 2 years, you've got tenants that are paying top dollar, even for a crappy little dump like that.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Okay. So it is semi-livable, maybe fix it up a little bit, but you could at least bring in probably on 2 units. I'm guessing even at a dump, 8,000 a month. It would more than cover. It would more than cover your expenses.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Send me the address on that one.
I will. I'll send you the address in a little bit. And I'm going to actually circle back on this Venice one a little bit later when we're talking about how crazy the market is.
Okay.
Another property I have, this is in, it's on 2nd and Lucas. Okay. I actually just got this thing secured. It is 3 lots side by side, totaling 12,000 square feet of R4 zoning. This is very difficult to get. This is anybody who's done any type of multifamily acquisitions, development. It's difficult to get 3 side by side for 3 different owners to agree to sell and for it to all have, reasonable pricing. So this is to build 40 units. You're picking up this project for $3.3 million, and this is in just outside downtown LA. Just outside downtown LA. So I'm going to have all this updated on lafixers.com. I literally just got to secure it, and I was like, I got to jump on rubbing elbow. I'll talk about it, and then I'll update it up there in a minute.
All right. Nice. What else you got?
Next one is in North Hollywood, RTI project for 26 units. It's an RTI project for 26 units. You can get into escrow today, get your deposit in. They're about 60 to 75 days away from having the fully RTI delivered, but 26 units, you're at $90 a door. You're paying $2.4 million for this thing. So it's nice. Anyone looking to build units in North Hollywood, this is a 1.5 miles from the big, what do you call that big NoHo center, the new one?
Arts District over there?
Not the Arts District. There's the new one.
The
huge one on Laurel Canyon over there.
It's Westfield.
NoHo West, yes.
Yeah.
I believe it's called NoHo West. It's 1.5 miles from there.
Nice.
And those are my off markets.
All right. Awesome.
Now, I'd like to just point out, if anybody watching this today, tomorrow, I know a lot of people watch this at the end of the day. It'll show up on your feed, on your Facebook, on your WhatsApp, on your Instagram, on your LinkedIn. It'll show up everywhere, you know? If this is not something that you do, if you're not capable of doing 26 units or 40 units or even 4 units, maybe it's just not your thing, and you know of a developer that this would fit, make the connection. We'd be more than happy to pay you a finder's fee. We'll, compensate you. We want anybody who brings anything to the table to feel, feel good about it, wholehearted about it, and to be compensated.
All right. Let's move on. So
let's move on
about the market. What are your thoughts?
I was thinking you can, if we're going to talk about how crazy the market is, I know that you're in the eye of the storm with all these different refinances and all these new loan programs and things like that. Maybe you can give us a little taste on that.
For sure. So, but before I even jump into that, I'm going to say that, talking to investors, I see two sides to it, right? You see the excitement of the opportunity that is there and is about to come, and the ones that are, confident enough to just buy it, and if they have to, they'll hold, right? If your game plan is to flip, you need to be nervous because you don't know what's going to happen in 6 months, 12 months. Prices might go down, probably will go down. But if you're buying and you have an opportunity to hold it, even if things don't go well and the rental values are strong on the investment, I'm seeing people taking deals left and right. And the exciting part about that is, to your point, right, talking about these opportunities and programs, rates were at 2.5, 2.875, maybe 3.25 on an investment up until a couple months ago. Rates have been going up. In the last 8 weeks, they've gone up over 1%. My personal prediction is in May, we'll probably see another 1% increase. But there's these non-qualified mortgage, non-QM products that have been out forever, and I personally stayed away from them because they were headaches to get done. The banks didn't even know what they wanted. They just kept making it more and more difficult. But they've improved so much, and I've been doing a lot of these for my investors where they're completely stated, no income, no verification of employment. As long as you're an experienced investor, you basically can qualify with the property cash flowing itself. And those rates were always decent, but when you compare them to conventional, it was too big of a difference, right? If I was going to offer you a 4%, let's say interest only on an investment loan, no taxes, but you can get a 2.875, you may look at that and say, but why would I pay 4%? Since rates have gone up, they haven't creeped up yet on the non-QM. So now we're equal, sometimes even better. So now I'm looking at an investment property conventional for let's say an investor, a 4-unit. He's going to be at about a 3.875 conventional with points, where I can get him these stated programs, no taxes, no headaches. Most investors have multiple businesses for each property. And now they're still able to get these 3.875, 4.25 interest only, 30-year fixed rates without tax returns. It's making the opportunity that much greater. And honestly, I could barely keep up with those transactions. If I was doing 80% of my deals conventional, I would say that probably over 50% of them now are these investor programs. And there's a lot of different types of programs. So I think that's what's still allowing the market to be hot and crazy. And I think that allows for opportunity for not just the buyers, but also the sellers, because now they're opening themselves to people that maybe before couldn't qualify easy because they don't show taxes and they don't show income. We're back to the days where you can still get deals as long as you have down payment, 20% down. You can get a 4.5%, let's say interest only, all day.
Are those for purchase and refi?
Yeah.
Cash out as well.
Cash out. They limit your LTV, right? They want to keep it up to 65% on the cash out, unless it's owner occupied. Then they'll go up to 80%. But so
this is a hard money alternative, kind of.
This is basically hard money at half the rates.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Okay. What else do you have that's more for your conventional buyers still able to get deals?
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, conventional is going to be the heart and soul of most programs. When it comes to investment, you can still get deals. The question is, is it still worth going the traditional route and dealing with all the paperwork and the headache? And if you can get the same rate or roughly the same rate and not deal with anything, right? Close in 21 days, no tax returns. So it's case by case. We have to look at it and see if it's a guy that has one business and it's simple, it's cookie cutter, no problem. But if it's investors like the guys that we deal with that have an LLC for each property that they own and they have 10 businesses, underwriter is going to pick that thing apart and make their life miserable. Might as well go stated, not even deal with the headache.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. That's good to know. Have you seen anything crazy in the mortgage world in the last couple of weeks? Anything that you're like, wow, this would never fly in 2006, 2011, 2015?
I mean, listen, I see crazy things all day. I've been doing it 19 years, so I've practically seen it all. But I will say that the craziest thing is how volatile the market is. And people sometimes don't understand it, right? I talk to clients all day long and say, listen, I just spoke to you last week. You offered me a 2.875. How are you at 3.5 already? And it's like calling a stockbroker and asking him, hey, what is the Tesla stock right now? Oh, it's $350. That's amazing. Let me call you back in a week. I'll buy it. It's going to change, right? These things move. They change all the time. But how much they've moved, that's been shocking, right? In one day alone, we saw 0.5% increase in rates. Haven't seen that since 2013. That's it's hard for people to swallow that. We have to get through that transition period. But what about you on your side? Are you seeing any like crazy type of demands from sellers when it's really not so much a seller's market as much as it was before?
Yes. So first of all, I'd like to say that, going back 4, 5, 6 months ago, you remember we talked to I believe it was the SRAR president, and we also spoke to the California Association of Realtors, the presidents of women's division. And we're talking a lot about the clear cooperation policy, where off markets, like there's no off market. If you're going to put an off market deal, it better be a coming soon. You better have a signed listing, all this and all that, which, shut down a lot of things for a lot of people. I've noticed that people just lately, like this clear cooperation policy doesn't even exist. People are just posting all over the place, off market, and it's like, you're not concerned with getting citation. People were really afraid in the beginning, like getting a $5,000 citation. That's a lot of money. But now the market is just so hot. They're like, okay, I know that if I can post it here, get my buyer, I'll make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 commission. I'm risking maybe getting a $5,000 citation, but fuck it. I'm seeing people make those decisions. It's crazy. Yeah. Getting a ding on your license, it's like not worth it. To talk about a couple of things that I've seen, we had a property in Encino. It was going to go on the market for $3.5 million. Okay, beautiful property for development. All of a sudden, there was 7 builders walking around taking a look. 6 of them were my builders, but still, everyone's walking around taking a look, seeing what's good, what's what it makes sense for. Some of them calling their partners, their architects, their geo guys on the spot. Everyone's trying to make the best decision. From 3.5, it jumps up to 3.7. Offers start at 3.7. We just put one of our guys in escrow today at 4.2 million. That's how much he went up.
Why?
Money's cheap. He's able to do a loan on it. And he's able to see what's happening in Encino. Encino is like Beverly Hills now. You have, when Mauricio broke the market and bought his $8 million home in on Rancho over there in Encino, people are like, oh my God, how did this guy pay $8 million for a house in Encino? Now there's 13, $14 million homes in Encino left and right. Left and right. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So,
but that goes to show that some people don't look at nickel and dime on the number, because he's looking at it $500,000 over the long haul means nothing really, right? At a $4.2 million valuation, this property, he knows what he's going to do with it. And those are the people that end up winning because they execute. You know how many deals in the beginning when I first started investing I passed up on because I either took too much time or I was nickel and diming? And looking back, everybody has these stories. Looking back, I'm still crying over some of them, right? If I bought every single deal that I ever considered today, win-win on every single one of them, right? So you have to just remind yourself that. And guys like that, when I hear these stories, you know, obviously you want to be reasonable, but that makes me realize that they know what they're doing.
It goes back to the old saying, don't wait to buy real estate and wait, because you can't go wrong. It doesn't matter if you overpay by whatever. You know, my Tarzana property that we bought for $1,350,000 3 years ago. Everybody and their mother was like, Chuck, what are you doing? You're overpaying for this property. I'm like, I don't think so. You're overpaying for this property. I'm like, I really don't think so. Guess what? It's an escrow for $1 million more, you know? So time is going to do its thing regardless. One more thing I want to talk about, going back to that Venice fixer, to that Venice fourplex that we talked about. This thing came on the market, okay, a couple weeks ago. I know I only do off-market stuff, but it's not on the market now. But when it came on the market as a little 900 square foot bungalow fixer in Venice. That's all it came out as, okay? The agent that brought this to me was like, yeah, take a look at this, a fixer in Venice. You know, maybe it works for you. I was like, yeah, it looks great. Let's maybe we can go for it. Start running some numbers. We're like, you know what? Let's secure it. So we secured the property. We got it, you know, we got it under contract. We put it in escrow. We started doing our due diligence. And we realized not only is it not just a single bungalow on the property, it's 2 homes on the lot. Agents didn't even advertise that. They didn't market 2 homes on a lot. They didn't market the fact that there's a detached garage that could be converted to an ADU. They didn't disclose that it was an RD 1.5 lot. How do you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Who put this listing together? Forrest Gump? I don't get it.
I mean, we've seen crazier things out there. So, you know, on that note, I want to point out there that myself, I'm sure Chuck as well, but I am actively right now looking. So if you're an agent listening, if you have RD 1.5 or higher anywhere in the valley, let me know. We are buying them right now. We're looking to purchase at least 4 by the end of the year. So bring me your deals. I'll make it easy. I'll make it quick. I can get it done. And I'm not passing it on, right? We're buying them. So if you're an agent listening, you have anything RD 1.5 or higher, please bring it to me.
And if you have anything that's off market, bring it to me.
And there's my contact info there. Yes. Off market all day long. Doesn't even have to be off market. Just bring it to Chuck. He'll make it off market.
Yeah. By the way, we put together a deal right now in Memphis for 372 doors. We have it in escrow. 372 units, not development RTI to build 300. These are 372 existing buildings on 30 buildings sitting on 30 acres in front of a 10-acre lake. Something incredible. How much is each door going for?
80?
$8,100.
$8,100.
$8,100 is $3 million for the whole project.
That's awesome.
So
you can't build it for that
one. You what?
You can't build it for that.
You can't even build it. Yeah, straight up. All right. Anything else we need to cover here? I feel like we covered.
I think we're good. You know what? I would like to maybe say that connect with us. We get people reaching out always afterwards. Connect with us if you have any ideas, suggestions. We're looking to make this community even bigger. make this networking concept of rubbing elbows and connections and deal making even better than what it is today. And we can't do it alone, right? We need as many people involved as possible. If you want to jump on the podcast with us and chat, if you have somebody that you want to throw on the podcast, if you want to get involved with us and help us with social media or anything like that, reach out to us. Let us know. If you have ideas, please message us. And we are working on creating, now that things are going back to normal, potentially by June, we're going to be completely out of this COVID thing. Chuck and I are talking about creating a huge networking event for Rubbing Elbows, at least one a year, that we can bring together everybody, bring some incredible speakers, give a little bit of value, give a little bit of a fun environment, drinks, sushi, food, mingle. So get involved.
I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that because we used to do that. I mean, I think anybody who's doing any type of social mixers, it's always going to work in their, to their advantage, just, you got to get involved. You got to feel like you got to be of service. And whether you're doing it to advance your business, your career, yourself, it's something that's going to help. It's something that's going to, any way you slice it, it's always going to come back in a positive way. So
agreed. So on that note, reach out to us. Thank you again for joining. If you're live or if you're watching this later, we'll be here again next week, Thursday, 2:00, same place, same time. See you guys later.
Bye. Peace.